Alrighty, hey guys, we're Samuel and Audrey, and we just survived our first flight with our almost 6-month-old baby from Canada all the way down to Peru. So in this video, we're first gonna show you the journey down here. 2 flights, long layover, and then we're gonna actually talk about 7 things we did right and 1 thing I think we did very wrong, so you can learn from our experience and fly with your baby.
Let's check it out.
Yes, we're attempting to print our boarding passes. Alrighty, so first time flying with baby. Danny just dropped us off at the airport and we already have our first little hiccup. We went to the domestic terminal when we are going on an international trip. We're doing Calgary to LAX to Lima. So we're in one end of the airport. We're at door 2. We need to go all the way down to door 16. It's a nice long walk. So yeah, first mistake of the day, guys. Hopefully we're not going to be making too many. What are we at now?
We got
9. Okay, halfway there.
We're going good.
Halfway there. Acá tienen hotel y restaurante dentro del aeropuerto. Baby is looking sleepy. A little bit sleepy. Maybe you'll sleep on the flight, huh? We'll dedicate half an hour to eating. Oh, there comes Sam with the sandwiches. Lunch.
Daddy delivery.
Here.
I literally ran to get that Subway sandwich.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're running a tad bit behind.
Yes.
So we will wolf this down and then continue.
Security.
The sub of the day was turkey. So I got us each a turkey sub. Figured why not all the veggies?
Sounds good.
Chipotle Southwest and honey mustard.
Meanwhile, while Sam went and got the sandwich, we dropped off our bags, got checked in, and got boarding passes for everybody all the way to LAX. But here's our next little hiccup. 2 of us have boarding passes all the way through to Lima. That's me and Relly. You and my mom, they couldn't print the boarding passes. So when we get to LAX, it's just their system is glitching. We're gonna have to get those missing boarding passes. And yeah, that's the update. We made it through something.
We did. So we played the baby card. Our baby started screaming as we were going through security. So we got moved up to the Nexus line, the VIP line.
Technically, we didn't even ask.
No.
Our baby was just being so loud that they were like, if your baby is being fussy, please go this way.
Yes. So nice selective crying. You can see she's calm now.
Now you're calm.
She was a little hot.
Now
so
you're happy. We've unzipped you. Thank you for getting us through the Nexus line, baby.
We've already played the so-called baby privilege VIP card, and it really came into our favor.
Yeah.
So so far she's been wonderful though. Like her fussing really just started when we were going through security, but it's very chaotic and noisy, and there's a lot of beeping and people moving back and forth. So I'm not surprised that stressed her out a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, now we're through. We have time to spare, and we can start relaxing a bit.
I'll give you another little update. I think like 4 of our bags got flagged going through the x-ray machine. So that also added to the chaos. Because they had to test the baby food.
Yeah.
They wanted to look at like my camera gear and things like that.
They checked her stroller from head to toe too. They were
thoroughly.
Yeah, they were like looking around. I'm like, wow.
Yes, baby.
Yeah, because we're flying through the US.
Yes.
And that's why.
So yeah, if we're looking a bit flustered,
yeah,
that is why.
But we're here. That was the main thing, getting through that. And we were in a time crunch. Like we would have only had 15 minutes to get through a really big immigration line. So.
Our flight is boarding in exactly 12 minutes, looking at your watch. So
we made it. We're relieved.
Thank you, baby.
And now it's time for her first flight. It's gonna be interesting. Yeah, well, hopefully she's developed an opera voice in the last 2 weeks. That's what we call it. So hopefully she doesn't break it out in the airplane. But if she does, we're never gonna see these people again. That's my thought, anyways.
Me pregunto si es el Bow River que atraviesa Banff. And the bear and the baby.
Yeah.
Wish us luck.
There's a bear market going on in the markets too at the moment. See if I.
The baby's like, me. Are you ready to travel, baby? Oh, baby's first flight. Oh my goodness. I hope it goes well. I hope you're in a good mood.
Montecano.
Da-da-da-da.
Montecano. Montecano.
Hey.
Munchy.
Yeah.
Hi, baby girl.
I'm on the plane.
Stadium. They were right.
Yes.
What do I press?
No, it's the other side, the other end. We're gonna press this,
Okay.
and we need to release that lock.
Yes.
Alrighty. We survived our first flight with baby.
We did.
Thoughts, things to tell us.
Not only did we survive, we thrived. And that's
Thrived.
because baby did so well.
Yeah. So
We
what
give
was the
her-
rating you gave her?
I gave her an A-, but I adjusted it to an A after your mom pointed out that prior to the flight, she got us the VIP upgrade. So she did so amazing. She slept the first hour and a half of the flight.
Yes.
And then woke up and a little bit of playfulness and screaming near the end. But
Yeah.
we got lots of compliments from other...
From the surrounding passengers.
Yes, from surrounding passengers,
Yes.
from crew members.
Yeah.
So overall...
That feels good
was-
for our ego, basically.
Yeah, that
Like,
was phenomenal. I was really impressed by how well she did. And she's doing great still.
You
Look at
are,
her.
baby. Look at you.
She's been her...
You are chill.
She's
chill,
super
baby.
chill.
Dinner at LAX.
Yeah, we thought we were getting burgers, but pizzas look better here. So, loaded with pepperoni, wood fire oven. Yeah, hungry, a little bit tired, disoriented. Look, baby girl's here. We got 4 hours to kill here. She's done really well. I mean, you told me she was fussing a bit while we were waiting for the order, but she's chilled again. I think she's done an amazing job traveling, especially for her first time. Not only have we been surviving, I think we've been thriving so far.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
High praise.
Yeah.
No, está lindo. Ready for the next flight.
See?
Number 2. We are here.
I just bring my shoes to Latin America. I need to fix my shoes. I got that too. This is second now,
Baby, bienvenida a Peru. Welcome to Peru, baby. So now we take elevators. ¿Dónde vamos? ¿Uno? Alrighty, so we're going to start with everything we did right. I have a list. Let us begin.
It's nice that we did more things right than wrong.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
So the first thing I think we did right is that we were the first to board the plane. So normally when you're about to board the flight, they're like, okay, anybody who needs some extra time, extra help, usually it's older people traveling in wheelchairs, but that also includes families with young children and strollers. So we made use of that. We got on the plane as soon as we could. And I think that was a good idea because it helped us get baby settled so that by the time we were taxiing and ready for takeoff, she was calm, she was happy.
Also, it meant that we got our luggage stored overhead.
Yes.
So, my goodness, that was nice because we did have a lot of stuff. You know, we had our personal backpacks with our computer gear. We also had baby things. And so that meant that we got it above and that we had a little bit of extra room to maneuver with baby.
Yes.
Because baby is a, you know, it's a very different situation when you're used to just being, you know, by yourself.
Exactly.
Suddenly have a baby on top of you.
But we did that right.
We did that right.
Okay, the next thing I think we did right is that we kept the stroller with us all the way to the plane. We thought it would be a good idea just because we didn't want to have to carry baby in our arms or in a backpack because she is starting to get a little bit heavier. So we thought, okay, let's take the stroller all the way through. We were able to carry a whole bunch of extra things in like the little basket under the stroller all the way to the gate.
Which actually has a lot of space.
Yes, it does. So, you know, our arms were a bit lighter.
Yeah.
And yeah, once we got to the plane, we just had to separate. Ours is like the car seat and the stroller. It's like two separate pieces that combine into one. So we just had to pull it apart, close the stroller, and you know, it got put on the flight.
Yeah.
And once we landed,
saved our arms, like you said, but I think it was also more comfortable for baby too. Like she's just in this nice, comfortable seat. She's being pushed around. She can look and see what's going on.
Yeah. So one little tip, if you don't want your stroller getting all scuffed, maybe bring a large plastic bag. That is what we did, so it wouldn't get dirty. So yeah, little tip for you.
Probably should have brought two.
Yeah.
But yeah, one was, which did we prioritize?
The car seat.
We prioritized the car seat. Yeah, there you go.
The next thing we did right was the flight times that we chose. So basically, we had two flights from Calgary to Los Angeles to Lima, Peru. And the first flight was about 3 hours, and it was during baby's nap time. So it meant that she was happy to sleep.
I know.
For that first flight.
And it was even better for our second flight because that's when she goes to bed and she was just out.
Yeah.
She just like was out for most of that flight.
So that flight was 7.5 hours, and it was an overnight flight. And baby probably slept 7 of those 7.5 hours. So planning flights during her nap times really worked. Obviously, it's not something you can do every single time. This time it worked in our favor. I think it was also good that we were flying to a similar time zone. There's only a 2-hour difference, so we haven't had to deal with a jet-lagged baby.
Exactly. And the other thing that was interesting about that whole experience is I'm not sure that we exactly planned it that way. It just happened to be that way. Yes. Like, we got lucky.
Yeah,
I think we got very lucky that the flight times corresponded with her nap and with her big sleep at night.
Exactly.
And she's just a very flexible and adaptable baby, so she's like, yep, it's time for sleep. And
Works
she
for
did,
me.
and she did.
The next thing we did right was keeping baby awake at the airport. So at the airport in Calgary, and then during our 4-hour layover in LA, baby did she sleep? If she slept, it was very briefly, but we purposely tried to keep her awake. By the time we got to LA, she was just full of beans, full of energy, screaming. She wanted activity, wanted movement.
She was screaming, and I was taking her around on the stroller. I probably know LA, the section of the LA airport where we stayed, probably better than just about any other airport. I must have done like 10, 20 very, very similar laps with her. Back and forth, back and forth. She loved it. She was stimulated, and she was awake.
Yeah, and it also meant once we got on the plane, she was so exhausted that she passed out because we purposely kept her awake.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So drain the battery, drain the baby's battery.
Drain the battery. So the next thing that really worked for us was breastfeeding the baby during takeoff and landing. This is done so that her ears will pop and they won't be in pain, like they won't feel the air pressure so much when you're ascending and descending. So thankfully I was able to feed her on both flights. In one, she fell asleep during the taxiing before we even took off, so that was great. And yeah, maybe bring a bottle, like if you don't feel comfortable breastfeeding on the plane, like I had Sam, my husband, and my mom on the other side, so it was fine.
You had familiar territory.
Yeah, if it were a stranger, it might be a little more awkward, but you can either cover up or bring a bottle.
I also think that goes hand in hand with like getting on the plane first, like trying to use the VIP status of the baby, because you get set up, you get everything, above you, your luggage is stored, and then you start getting baby used to being on the plane.
Yes.
Used to the noises, used to everything, and that really helped. So she relaxed and she was able to breastfeed.
Excellent. Okay, next thing that was a really good idea, we came prepared with entertainment for baby. So in her diaper bag, I brought several of her favorite toys.
Yeah. Let's show them. Show the people.
So her favorite toys are this like little spinny thing that also has a suction cup, and you can put it on the airplane window if you'd like. So we brought that. We brought her little squeaky kissy bear.
Yes.
And then like a chewy rubber toy she likes.
Spinny spins and kissy bear kisses.
There you go. And once she got tired of those toys, a plastic cup.
Yeah.
If you ask for some water, drink the water, then you keep the cup. Loved it. She was fascinated by the cup.
She loves these days? The wet wipes. The texture
wipes.
of that bag. Just
the noise it makes. So whatever can keep baby entertained, just use what you have at your disposal.
Yeah.
Another thing that really worked for us was bringing food for baby. So aside from breastfeeding, she has started having fruit puree. So we brought some little pouches with like apple puree, banana puree, just different flavors, so that when she got really hungry and milk wasn't enough, we had something to feed her. So yeah, that kept her happy.
And the variety, she loves the variety. Like she's becoming a little foodie, guys. Let's be honest.
And now, last but not least, we are going to focus on what we did wrong, what we did very, very wrong. Only one thing, but I think it's a pretty big deal. And that is that we did not give ourselves enough time at the airport. Normally for an international flight, they say 3 hours, but we thought like we travel all the time, we know how to do this.
And we're like, oh, the Calgary airport's a bit small, it's not as busy as like Pearson. No, we needed more time.
So we only gave ourselves like 2 hours, which was a mistake to begin with. But just with baby, things take a lot longer.
Yeah.
Just because, you got to get the tags for the stroller, and there are more bags to check in. There's just more things to haul around, and like maybe baby's fussing and she needs a bit of attention, or people see the baby and they're like, oh, so cute.
Exactly. Honestly, baby sort of saved the day from that error we made with your VIP status. She started crying at the right time.
Yes.
She was like, yeah, you guys go ahead, come into this line.
Yes.
If it wasn't for that, it would have been a very tight connection. We still would have made the flight, but it would have been stressful. Instead of having time to like for each of us to go to the bathroom and get our things ready, we'd have been just rushing on the plane.
Yeah.
And we would have started off the trip in a
feeling stressed and frazzled.
And that's our own fault.
It was.
Yeah. So give yourself that extra time, and with the baby, maybe even tack on an extra 30 minutes to what you would normally have.
Yes, maybe 3.5 hours. That's what I would try next time.
3.5, yeah. We'll get there nice and early next time. And that should definitely make things better.
Yes. So that was it. That was our first experience traveling with baby. We've already decided that she's amazing.
Oh, she's awesome.
So she'll be traveling with us
she's
again.
She's a traveler. She was born to travel with parents.
Born to travel.
But we'd also love to hear your travel tips for going with a baby. I mean,
okay.
we're just starting off here.
Yes.
We're rookies in the parent department. So give us your best tips. And
Yes.
please share in the comments.
We are happy to learn.
Oh my gosh. And yeah, they'll be great for anyone else reading or listening to. So thanks so much.
So yes, we hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to give it a like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. We've got loads of adventures coming from Peru.
We do.
So see you then.
Ta-ta.
Bye.